What's up? I'm your host, Scott, with the Theskyereport, Voice of the Homeless. Right now, I'm speaking with
Ray Wants.
Okay, so what organization are you with?
I am a citizen, first and foremost, of San Jose, but I'm also a veteran, and I've been working with a couple of the city and county agencies in San Jose, specifically Destination Homes, who chartered and sponsored a program called All the Way Home. It started around 2016, and to date we've provided permanent housing for well over 1,200 homeless veterans.
That is fantastic. So what is your position? How are you involved with the organization?
Well, it's ironic you would ask, because I am a veteran.
Okay.
But the organization reached out to faith-based churches and things of such, and my church, Gateway City Church, knew that I was a veteran and asked if I wanted to get involved. So I said yes, and I began to explore how can I help being a veteran, and then I was introduced to Maya Esperanza, who is now District 7 City Councilwoman, and she's been very much pro homes for veterans, and she opened doors for me through the Destination Homes program to leverage funding and resources and other available needed things to basically provide homes for our veterans.
Right. How does your organization differentiate themselves from other organizations that help the homeless and veterans?
It is purpose-built for ending homeless veterans.
Okay.
And it realizes that the veteran has unique needs, and they have special requirements where those services that they get as part of the VA ecosystem, for lack of a better word, what Destination Homes and All the Way Home program does is to fill a void and/or a gap for these veterans. And it helps with providing home kits, hygiene kits, some of the things that are needed. When you move into a place, it's not as if that you're only going to have the shelter, but you need all the things to clean your house, maintain the house.
Yes.
And then there's also mentoring and coaching that's available through Destination Homes.
Is there case management?
Absolutely.
Go ahead.
The case management structure is already developed.
Okay.
And it's developed through the VA program already. So all the veterans in the Destination Homes All the Way Home initiative have a VA designated caseworker that helps them through their special needs.
That's excellent, because what happens a lot of times is people get homes, and if they don't get case management and the things they need, they're right back on the streets again.
Yes, and that's the uniqueness of the All the Way Home program, is that it's permanent housing. It's not transitional housing. It's a place that these veterans who were once homeless now have a place they can call their own.
Now, what kind of houses are they getting? Are they getting rooms, apartments, or a house and a home? What's happening?
Well, all of the above.
Okay.
I'll give you an example. I'm a veteran, and I actually rent out my studio to a veteran under the program. There's apartments, there's rooms, and it's structured under the old Section 8 model. But what's unique is that the city and county has made a commitment financially to offset some of the burden of cost of the veteran to rent that place. So it's the property owner that basically puts their property in the program, and then the program links up with VA and that caseworker and says, this veteran needs a place to stay, and this is how we're going to provide that housing for the veteran.
What are the price ranges of some of the apartment of the spaces?
The schedule is structured under the HUD model, and it can be studios, 1 bedroom, 2 bedroom, 3 bedrooms, and in some cases 8 rooms in a house.
Wow!
So what drives the compensation for that place is the number of rooms they have. So it ranges depending on their fair market value under the Section 8 program.
That's incredible. Now, you provide case management because here's a question. I've been hearing and talking to people that are staying in places in different like abode services and things like that. How do you give extra support to the veterans? Because sometimes they move in and they don't have a lot of items, they don't have much clothing, they got a couple of bags. How do you guys pick up the slack? Yeah, and that's a great question, because to my earlier point, now that you found this resident or indoor place for the veteran, well, how do they have the cleaning supplies? What about the cooking utensils that they use in the kitchen? What about basic hygiene kits that they don't have? Where there are kits through the Destination All the Way Home program that are provided through various faith groups and faith-based organizations in San Jose. An example of that would be Grace Baptist on 10th Street across from San Jose College. Done some great work through the years.
Great work. They put together Annette Hancock there, she is just an angel. She puts together kits which include quilts, which include kitchen utensils, which include cleaning kits for the veterans that are on this program.
So why do you think the homeless are perceived in such a negative way? Especially veterans as well, considering what they've done for this country.
It's a stigma that typically the bad news or the bad situations are reported most. Mm-hmm. They have problems with alcohol and or drugs, PTSD,
yes,
other mental things that they've experienced as part of their military service. People automatically gravitate to that. Well, if they're in the VA program, they have those services available to them. The risk is minimal. It's no different than you were to rent to someone that's on Craigslist.
Right.
But the beauty of the VA program is that this veteran has been vetted. And if there's special needs and or services this particular veteran needs, him or her, well, VA can provide that.
That's excellent. What do you think are some of the primary causes of homelessness?
Oh, it varies. Mm-hmm. Disappointment, despair.
Despair.
And lack of resourcing and knowing who and how to ask for help. Veterans are very proud. They're very confident in their abilities because that's the way the military trains them to get the mission done. And unfortunately, sometimes that sense of confidence, I won't call it arrogance, but it is sometimes detrimental because they have the perception that they don't want help, don't need help, and they don't ask for help.
Right.
And the challenge is that getting the veteran to say, you know what, I need help. Can you help me? And most people want to help veterans if they know how to help them. And that is the missing piece, is getting the people to the right resource and the services that veteran needs.
Well, how does your organization advocate for their clients?
Oh, various ways.
Okay.
Through social media, through governmental action, through support of the mayor's office would be an example. The San Jose County is another example, through the VA program. So it's a lot of talking to people and networking.
Yes.
That is the primary drive.
So how have your perceptions of veterans changed from being a part of this program, if at all?
It has changed because it helps me to identify that the problem just didn't go away.
Right.
Our departure from Iraq, even though we have a small remnant of forces there, but we're still in Afghanistan. Mm-hmm. But we've been in combat almost 20 years now.
Yeah.
And there's a lot of veterans who are of I'll call it the social media age, who may not know what services are available to them, and they carry the burden of not only transitioning from the military, but here in Silicon Valley, well, how do they use those skills to transform themselves into a productive member of society that's working for the Facebooks, the LinkedIn, the Twitters of the world, the technology sector?
Right. So if you could change one thing about the way people perceive veterans and homeless people, what would you change?
The ability to educate them and to leverage more of what services are available to that veteran. People don't know what they don't know, and people want to help, but connecting the dots and streamlining the service or the benefit to that veteran is still hampered by steps, layers, and candidly, to some degree, bureaucracy. And the sooner we can identify we can do better, and we can, and we have, and streamline to what the veteran's really asking for, whether it be housing, mental health, education, just basic, I want to talk to somebody, and
right.
to include their own spiritual development. As soon as we can streamline that down to the need, or in this case would be the veteran or the customer, the better off we can grow the program.
Lastly, how long has the program been in existence?
It started initially actually in 2012, and it kicked off 2016. Okay. So we're now in the fourth year of the program.
And the majority of the people that have been housed are still housed?
They are still housed.
With the case management and the services provided that you've been mentioning in this interview?
Absolutely. Now, just to be clear, all the case management and all that, those services are done specifically through the VA because they have a structured model for that.
Right.
It's just connecting the dots.
Connecting the dots.
Yep.
Well, thank you so much for speaking with us.
Thank you. Thank you for a chance to share with you my experience and continue your good work. And praise be honor and glory to God, because at the end of the day, we're all human, and that's what this is about.
Thank you so much for speaking with us. I'm your host, Sky, with the Theskyereport, Voices of the Homeless, and always keep it locked.